Is the Michaelis-Menten equation accurate? So we can see if the graph of initial velocity and substrate concentration fits this equation, and we can specifically look at two regions in our graph. In the left side, where we have very low concentrations of the substrate, and on the right side, where we have very high concentrations of the substrate. So for the first condition, we have very low concentrations of the substrate. In this case, our denominator is approximately equal to Km because the concentration of the substrate is very, very low. And the equation, the Michaelis-Menten equation becomes initial velocity equals Vmax over Km times the concentration of the substrate, which gives us a line. And this fits the linear behavior that we observe between initial velocity and the concentration of the substrate in this condition. On the other end, if we have very high concentrations of the substrate, then our denominator is approximately equal to the concentration of the substrate. This time it is Km that becomes negligible, and the equation is reduced to Vmax times the concentration of S over S, or initial velocity is equal to Vmax, which is our observation when the concentration of the substrate is very high.